It's Ayana with Glitz of Atlanta. I'm in the Partments with Parlae.
Hey, Parlay, meet me at the apartment.
Yo, it's your boy Parlay. We in the apartment with Parlay. Meet me in the apartments. I love my city of Atlanta, but the only thing I love more than Atlanta is the west side of Atlanta. Now listen, this is special right now because I think that heaven and God is really blessing me to be able to use my platform in a special way and in a different way. And I know that by this being November and we getting close to the end of the month, everybody started to spend a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? They getting ready for the end of November for the cyber sales, for them store sales. They getting ready for Christmas. And everybody always talk, support black businesses, shop black, do this and do that. And some people do. But I feel like collectively, we don't do it enough collectively to have a big impact. It's almost like 50 people saying something around people who don't really want to hear them. Ain't nobody really gonna listen. But if you get all them 50 people together and they stand outside and they protest, then people start to pay attention. And I feel like I want to take that same process and take everything that I'm doing and everybody, all my supporters and listeners, and take some black businesses in Atlanta and help them promote what they do, because I don't feel like there's no platform that directly does that. You know what I'm saying? People who got business always have to fit in the cracks and fit in where they get in at. Rappers got podcasts and they got TV shows and they got websites and stuff that put up music videos, and they got iTunes where they can drop singles and songs and stuff. But as I think, I used to be like, what do the black businesses got? How do they gain more attention to what they doing? How do they use their voice? What if they don't know nobody famous? What if they don't know nobody who popular? What if they don't got the funding? What if they just moving in town? You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to take this month to be Black Friday month. You know what I'm saying? So I'd like to welcome my next guest to the show, Ayana from Glitz of Atlanta.
Hi there.
How you doing?
In the Partments with Parlay.
In the apartments.
I say it right.
In the apartment.
Okay.
They gonna make me take the R off and put a Y in the apartments. Do that. Would it fit?
It'll fit.
It'll fit.
See, I just got to say it like I'm from Atlanta, which I
Yeah,
am.
yeah.
I'm in the Partments.
See, you so professional. You so professional. It's easy for you to say like that. In the apartment, we going back to the original form.
Okay.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
Going back to Decatur.
We going back to Decatur.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Today.
Okay.
Because I've been doing these interviews, right? And as I have people on here, in the profession of being a professional, which I'll do, people always like to approach things in a humble state, in a humble manner. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you do, you're professional.
Absolutely.
But on this podcast, fuck all that.
Okay.
I want you to pop your shit.
You got the real.
Whatever you done did, speak on that shit. You know what I'm saying? However you done did it, speak on it. However you done the shit, don't take no small amount and push it to the side. And the reason I'm saying this is for two reasons. It's because in the apartment, the feel of this is always to be like, when you go over your homegirl house in the apartment, y'all talking about all the shit y'all talk about. That shit you'll never put on Instagram
Right.
or never. That's what we talk about. I want to have that same feel, even though I know some stuff we might not discuss like that. But I want to have that same feel where you comfortable and where we man. You know, I just did this, girl. But they studio down there, think they doing that. Man, we just went up on them, took over the whole block. Like, I want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Then after the apartment, you can go back to being professional, Ayana.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got
You
it.
popping shit today.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Tell everybody a little bit about your business, everybody who watching, so they can know exactly what you do.
Glitz of Atlanta is a full event company. So I have two venues in Lithonia, Georgia, and we do full event planning and decor. So full rentals, again, planning. We have the venues that you can actually rent out to have a party. You have the option of coming in, just renting it out, bringing in all of your own vendors, or we can do a one-stop shop for you. We do parties all over Atlanta and abroad, wedding, showers, any type of special event that you want to host, we can assist with.
Then I'm gonna tell y'all this too. they got big space. It ain't a little space. You know. Sometimes people say, I got a space, event space. You go, it'll be all right. A couple 100 square feet. You do a little thing in there. No, you got a lot of them. Talk about how big your space is.
So the first space holds 140 people seated. It's 3,000 square feet. The second space holds 275 people. It's 7,000 square feet. Both are across the street from each other. So I am located on the east side, where I'm actually from. Wanted to give it back to my hood, have luxury for less in the area. So we're right there in Stonecrest.
Do y'all know how big that is, what she just said? Do y'all really know that's big, dog? You know what I'm saying? That's big. Like, you can really have some stuff and put some stuff in there, especially if you're a visionary. You know what I'm saying? You can really take the space. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as you see it, it's one of them things, like, as soon as you see it, you start thinking about all the type of stuff you could do. I can have a party. I could do this. Well, my auntie can have a baby shower. She finna have a baby. Oh, man, I can have a family reunion here. You start thinking about all type of things. And the different, let's talk about the different decors you have, too, and the different setups that you have, too, because I think that's also a thing that adds value to what you do also.
Absolutely. So we have actually transformed the space to a number of different things: baby showers, birthday parties, family reunions, like you spoke of. We've actually filmed several shows, videos, reality shows, so we can actually transform the space into anything that you can possibly think of. Kids parties, adult parties. We've done fashion shows. So anything that you could possibly think of, we've transformed the space. So the space actually comes with tables and chairs, or we can gut it out and lounge it out and make it look like a lounge or a club. Whatever you would like to do with the space, we can make it happen.
What was your most memorable event that you did or that you seen at your events?
At the event center, I would say that the most memorable event was my mom's birthday party. I threw my mother's 60th birthday party as soon as I opened. And we literally made it as lavish as possible. We went in, we draped the entire building. We draped it with diamonds because it was a glitzy party. It was her glitzy 60. So my mom's birthday party was the most memorable. And I think it was the most special because I had just opened the building and I was able to actually host my mom's party in the building. So it was really special.
Good jump off.
And it was gorgeous.
Good jump off.
Yeah.
Good old jump off. Good old jump off.
Awesome.
I know we heard you speak about that you have it over there in Decatur, where you're from. Tell us a little bit about how special it is to bring value to your community.
That really meant a lot to me. Growing up in DeKalb County and then becoming an event planner, I was always searching for very nice venues for our people because not everybody can afford to just go, spend a whole bunch of money on a party. So it's very hard to find luxury, in our neighborhood. And I just wanted to really bring luxury to Lithonia. I grew up, graduated from Redan High School, right around the corner. So I wanted to, again, bring luxury to Lithonia. I thought that it was very much needed. And then it was just special to me to be able to bring it into our community. Okay,
so was doing the event planning and getting the event center, has that always been a vision? Or did you, or did it kind of, you stumbled into doing it because of all the things that you was going through?
I actually stumbled into event planning from doing my daughter's birthday parties. My kids' parties went from one extreme to the other. Around my oldest daughter's 10th birthday, I literally built a runway in my house. She had a America's Top Model birthday party. It was themed after that show. And so I built a runway in the house and lit it up, and they had a fashion show, and I turned every room into a room that they had to go in and do different types of fashion. They had to go make a dress. They had to make a T-shirt. They had to make a hat, and they had to come back downstairs and model it. And so at that point, it was hard. And then the next day, I hired a limo, and they had, my daughter's name is Taylor. So they had Taylor Mail instead of Tyra Mail. So they opened the mail, and they went to Stonecrest, actually, when it was kind of new then. They went to Stonecrest, and they had to do an excursion, a scavenger hunt there, and it ended up in Build-A-Bear. They had to dress the bear. So it was kind of crazy, right? A lot of moving parts. At that point, I realized that, okay, wait, I might have a niche for this, right? And so from there, I started planning my friends' kids' birthday parties. One of my friends' moms, she wanted me to planner wedding. So things just kind of went from one extreme to the other. I've always worked in corporate, so and I'm a hairstylist by trade as well. So I just kind of started, doing parties on the side, and then I realized that at work wasn't fulfilling anymore. It was just a check, right? Mm-hmm. So when I go out and I do parties, I realized that I felt fulfilled. I was happy. I was happy seeing other people happy. So I was like, this might be something I need to really look into and really do. So I started doing trade shows, spending some time researching party planning and just sharpening the knife, so to say. And so, again, one thing led to another, doing weddings, doing parties. And then I finally ventured out to, doing parties full time. And then always realizing that we needed event spaces. So I was like, okay, God willing, if it's for me, it's for me. So I started out, I went to this big old center at first, and I was like, okay, I'm going to get this big center. And then I got scared. I was like, oh, my God, it's just me. I don't know about this. So I dumbed it down real fast, right? It was like 5,000 square feet. I'm like, nah, give me half. I'm going to start with half. So I started out with half of that. I literally had them to split the building in half. Right, yeah. So I'm like, I'm not jumping out there. So got half of the building, started out, from the day that I opened the building until the day that COVID shut us down, we were booked, we were slammed, we were jumping. So I'm like, oh, my God, this is dope. This is amazing. Thank you, God. Like, what's next? And so, again, COVID shut us down. So that made me nervous. I was like crying, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? If I can't throw a party, we don't eat. Mm-hmm. I'm like, like Outkast says, if I don't move my feet, I don't eat. Right. Facts, so I'm like, what do I do? Yeah. So I began to kind of brainstorm. I pivoted. I started doing interior designs for houses. I started doing Glitz packages because now we're doing smaller parties, right? So I just started doing a party in a box, and I was selling party in a box. So you come pick it up, you do it yourself. When you get home, put it back in the box and bring it back to me. So that was cool. So then as soon as they let us back out, Atlanta went crazy, and I went crazy with them.
Okay, let me ask you this. How the hell did you come up with party in the box?
So here's my thing. We had 3 months literally sitting at home, to brainstorm really, right? So this was the time that we had to really find ourselves, find our niche, if you didn't know, and to, recreate whatever it is that you want to do. Mm-hmm. And so, again, because we, kind of went down from having big parties to now we need to have intimate events, I'm like, well, people still don't want me to come in their house and decorate. People still don't really want me to be around because of COVID. They don't know who I've been around. So I'm like, okay, let me make a way for them to be able to throw the party themselves. So I said, this is what I'll do. How many people do you have? What are you trying to do? I'll put it all together for you, and then I'll list out exactly how you should make this table look. I sent them with a picture of the design and what it should look like, and I sent the box to them. And I got the box back.
That's some genius ass shit right there.
Thank you.
I'm just thinking about that's hard right there. You really seized the moment and the opportunity of time and really came up with some genius. That was hard right there.
Thank you.
That was hard right there. You a hustler. Yeah, you a hustler. You come up with it. You'll come up with it. I want to go back to this too. Mm-hmm. What the hell made you say I'm finna create a runway? And what's the first thing in your mind is to say, because the reason I'm asking, because if I would have said, you know what, I'm going to do my daughter a party, I'm going to do her a runway in the living room, first thing I would have said was, how the hell I'm going to do a runway? I got to get some wood. Boy, nah, they're going to be too much. I ain't going to do all that. What was the idea in your mind to make you say, I'm finna do a runway?
Well, to be honest with you, all of her parties had to top the last party from the year before, right? So I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do a fashion show, I'm going to do a fashion show. I'm not just going to do a red carpet. I need a stage. And that's just how I am. If I need it, I'm going to build it. I'm going to make a way. I'm going to figure it out. So I was just like, we need a stage. It just can't be a regular runway. We got to make it look like a fashion runway. So I actually took hammer and nails and wood. I asked my uncle to help me, measure it out and build it. And I sat there and put it together and covered it with red carpet. So my uncle is actually a builder. He builds houses. And so he was like, what are you trying to do? And I'm like, I want to build a runway, and I'm going to put it in the house. I measured.
What did he say?
They all look at me like I'm crazy. So anytime I come up with these outlandish ideas, people look at me like I'm crazy until we put it all together. Then they sit back and they be like, "You built the runway. You really built the runway in the house." So
you're a visionary. That's
I
right.
am. Thank you.
Everybody can't see stuff. Everybody
they can't. So I'm just like, just do it, and then I'm gonna show you what it's gonna be later. You know, and it's still like that to this day. A lot of my vendors that I work with, you know, I'll call them with some crazy, you know, out of the way ideas, and they like, "You want me to do what?" And I'm like, "Just do it, and then you're gonna see what I'm talking about once you do it." You know, I have one of my favorite stories is my florist, one of the florists that works with me often. We did a wedding, and we literally had to gut out my client's house. We did her whole wedding and reception in her living room. That's what she wanted. So between her living room and her dining room, we gutted out her house. So she wanted a huge arch in front of her windows that faced her backyard. And so my the florist that I was working with, she was like, "Ayana, you want me to cover this whole monstrosity with flowers?" I was like, "Yeah. We're gonna cover it with flowers."
That's how you said it too, ain't it?
I was like, "Yeah." Yeah. And we did it, and it was so beautiful. And, you know, after the fact, she was like, "Oh, my God, I'm so glad we covered it with flowers. It was beautiful." But, you know, initially, you know, people get sticker shock. It's like, we going to do what? You want to do what? And then when you put it all together, it looks good. It feels good. And then, you know, it's like, oh, that's another notch on my belt. I can say that I covered that monstrosity with flowers, you know. So we just go from there.
Okay, if you don't mind me asking, how old is your daughter now?
So my oldest daughter is 25. Well, she'll be 25 in March.
That's the one who got the 10th
That's the one
birthday?
who had the 10th birthday.
Okay, let me ask you, what the hell her birthday looking like now?
So
damn.
actually, the 25-year-old.
Look, she like that.
So you know, I have a 16-year-old. So the 16-year-old kind of took over, right? So I actually have tons of pictures of my 16-year-old Sweet 16 that I just did in September. And her party was a Polo Classic themed party. It was completely lavished, and it looked like you walked into the Polo Classic in California. So their parties again have gone from one extreme to the other, and they have each had birthday parties every year of their life.
Well, what year did you cut off? What's the cutoff year?
So I thought that I was cutting off at 21, but my oldest is
She's like, "Nah, we'll keep it going."
I mean, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
So birthdays are really, really special to us. And to be honest, it's like, you know, I guess it's just deeply rooted because my mom always threw me huge birthday parties growing up. So it's just what I know to do. So I thought I was cutting off at 21, but no, the 25-year-old is, well, the 24-year-old, she's planning her 25th birthday party already. And she's like, "Yeah, Mom, I want a X, Y, and Z party." And I'm like, "Oh, my God, I thought I was done. I thought y'all was just going to go to the club or take a trip or something." She's like, "Nah, I want a party."
You ever think about recording and shooting them?
Recording the parties?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have all of them usually.
That's about what you building it, the process, the process of you doing it.
People are now telling me that I need to go on YouTube and record them and then do more on TikTok. But it's already a lot with managing Facebook, Instagram, both buildings, and then I do about 90% of the work myself. So it's just a lot, but I have been told that I need to
tell her to turn the camera on every day.
Yeah.
Till her battery go dead.
If she let me.
Yeah, let her just record.
Yeah.
And it's just end of the day, just let me see. She'll be like, "No, I don't want to keep that because we said some stuff I don't want to see." And you don't have to put it on YouTube. Yeah. Just record it. Yeah. Even if you archive it, just record it. Because you having these birthday parties and the stuff that you're doing to prepare for these and the stuff, and people are watching it. Like, people are being intrigued by that process by itself. That's a show. We black people, we gotta learn how to monetize everything.
We absolutely
everything we gotta monetize everything.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So just a thought, you know. And then all phones shoot 4K.
Okay.
All phones shoot the same thing. All the cameras shoot.
Okay.
All they do the same thing. Only difference is cameras got lenses, because you can shoot far back and wide and stuff. But you pull your phone out, turn it sideways, put it on 4K, just record behind the scenes footage. Okay. Archive it. I think it'll be something. Even for your family, even if you just be like, "Look at your birthday party like when you were 16. And look what you." And I said I was gonna be done with you at 21. We at 25. We still. I think that'll be something good for y'all, the family too, because visuals and pictures right now are really the memory of the past.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I think they're important. So it just popped in my head like that'd be cool. I would love to watch that. Like, let me see these birthday parties, because you saying I'm already want to see. I want to see the runway birthday party right now. I'm right.
Those pictures.
Yeah, I'm going to see. Right now, I want to see, and it would be cool to just see the video.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That'd have been cool. What else do you have coming up?
So coming up, I have several events. Typically on the weekends, we have multiple events. So like this Saturday, I have a kid birthday party early during the day, and then a big Sweet 16 in the evening. So we usually flip the room. We do rentals twice a day for the most part. I actually have I have a great event coming up tomorrow.
She hustling. Hold on, we ain't gonna skip that. We ain't gonna skip that. Listen, she said, "Yeah, we gonna do this right here. Then when they done right here, we gonna flip that thing right here. Then we gonna do this. Oh yeah, we gonna double up this thing.
Yes.
Oh no,
So
you definitely.
on Saturdays, you can rent the building early, and the early events have to end at 5. And then we clean up and we get the next people in at 6:30. They decorate, and their events usually start at about 8 to 12. So we rent the building to it twice a day on Saturdays. Sundays are just typically just a regular rental. A great event that I have coming up is actually tomorrow. A great friend of mine is starting up the first Black sporting club. So I'm going to do an intro to his sporting club tomorrow, and it's going to be a really great event. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, that's what's up. Tell everybody where they can follow you at.
You can follow me on Instagram at Glitz of Atlanta, Facebook, Glitz of Atlanta, and our website is www.glitzofatlanta.com.
Glitz with a Z or S?
With a Z.
Okay, I just want to make it clear for people.
Of Atlanta.
Well, y'all, I just want to say thank you for coming, sharing your experiences and what you do. I checked it out too, so I definitely think that if you have an event planned, you should definitely give her a call, check her workout. I think she can serve the community. You know what I'm saying? We can help this thing grow. Everybody can touch each other. We can keep this thing going, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, man. Hey, this your boy Parlay. We in the apartment with Parlay. Meet me in the apartment.